Hi, welcome to the new video. In this video we learn HTML style CSS. CSS stands for Cascading Style Sheets. CSS saves a lot of work. It can control the layout of multiple web pages all at once. What is CSS? Cascading Style Sheets, CSS, is used to format the layout of a web page. With CSS, you can control the color, font, the size of text, the spacing between elements, how elements are positioned and laid out, what background images or background colors are to be used, different displays for different devices and screen sizes, and much more. Using CSS, CSS can be added to HTML documents in 3 ways. Inline, by using the style attribute inside HTML elements. Internal, by using a style element in the head section. External, by using a link element to link to an external CSS file. The most common way to add CSS is to keep the styles in external CSS files. However, in this tutorial we will use inline and internal styles, because this is easier to demonstrate, and easier for you to try it yourself. Inline CSS. An inline CSS is used to apply a unique style to a single HTML element. An inline CSS uses the style attribute of an HTML element. The following example sets the text color of the H1 element to blue, and the text color of the P element to red. Example. Internal CSS. An internal CSS is used to define a style for a single HTML page. An internal CSS is defined in the head section of an HTML page, within a style element. The following example sets the text color of all the H1 elements on that page to blue, and the text color of all the P elements to red. In addition, the page will be displayed with a powder blue background color. Example. External CSS. An external style sheet is used to define the style for many HTML pages. To use an external style sheet, add a link to it in the head section of each HTML page. Example. CSS colors, fonts, and sizes. Here, we will demonstrate some commonly used CSS properties. You will learn more about them later. The CSS color property defines the text color to be used. The CSS font family property defines the font to be used. The CSS font size property defines the text size to be used. Example. Use of CSS color, font family and font size properties. CSS Border. The CSS Border property defines a border around an HTML element. Tip: you can define a border for nearly all HTML elements. Example. Use of CSS Border property. CSS Padding. The CSS Padding property defines a padding, space, between the text and the border. Example. Use of CSS Border and Padding properties. CSS Margin. The CSS Margin property defines a margin, space, outside the border. Example. Use of CSS Border and Margin properties. Thanks for watching this video. Subscribe to our channel and ensure you press the bell icon.